A little while ago, a lady by the name of Emma contacted me via my Instagram, and I didn't realise at the time that she was on the Longmeadow site over in Birmingham, the one that Dave Taylor spearheading, getting back up, running again. And she kindly sent me some photographs and video, and it was of they'd moved on to the next phase of resurrection again, and Dave had got the big artillery in this time with the form of a JCB and some big dumper truck and that. And there's quite a lot of work going on. So I took the opportunity a few days later to pop over and see Dave and have a catch up, and this is what he had to tell us.
So then, Dave, you've done a tremendous job getting this cleared up. How are you gone about getting this done?
Well, it's taken 18 months, and 18 months of hard slog.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to help, but nobody got any money.
Right.
Eventually, I got that fed up of me knocking on the door and asking. They said, for God's sake, just clear it for him and get him off our back.
You've had some big machines, haven't they?
Yeah, we had a JCB, a 7.5 tonner and a 1 ton flatbed, and I did trip after trip after trip. Because the only way to move that volume of rubbish was to scoop it up with the JCB.
Yeah.
And the lads were brilliant. They worked in the pouring rain. It was torrential rain.
How long did it take them?
2 days.
Blimey.
Yeah, 2 days hard graft.
So that must have shifted, well, 40, 50 tonne?
Oh, easily, yeah.
Yeah. So, looking at this now, most of this looks, you could burn it, do it?
Well, there's a lot of it can be burned. We're putting together the stuff that can be burned. The residual stuff,
yeah,
which, in fairness, they couldn't get at with the JCB. It was, eaten away. I've got a 12 cubic metre skip coming on Sunday, and I've gathered every able-bodied bloke on the site's going to turn up, and we're going to just collect all the residual rubbish up, put it in the skip. That will go out the gate, and then we can start remarking the roadways.
So looking at this area here now, how many plots can you
resurrect? There's 4 plots there. They run from the roadway there to that burning rubbish.
Right.
And there's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Going that, right.
Yeah. To that shed, basically.
Yeah.
And there's 4 in a row there, and there's 4 the other side. We'll get the heavy plough on it, plough it up, and it's ready for letting.
That's fantastic.
So that's it. So now I've got rid of that rubbish. Now it's released another 20 plots, which I couldn't get at. And that isn't just 20 plots. That's 20 families.
Yeah.
Who can enjoy barbecues, campfires, cooking in the open, dancing around the maypole, knitting bees, whatever they get up to, I don't know.
And how's your...
Damned if I know what they do get up to.
How's your no fame on YouTube affected you?
Well, frankly, I'm amazed. I know nothing about any of this. And I had no idea that it was so influential.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say now, all you people who sent in nice comments, thank you very much indeed. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I love you, Dave. But I mean, you're doing a sterling job in here. And you tell me you may be having an open day in the...
We're having a magnificent summer fete.
So I wouldn't mind coming down if that was okay.
You'll be more than welcome. Everybody's welcome.
So,
it's mainly for the children. There'll be stuff for the grown-ups. There'll be tea and cakes and barbecues. But for the children, we have a bouncy castle, the face paint, splatter rat, hooker duck, tin can alley, you name it. It's all about the kids.
Yeah.
And if we make a few bob, we like to give a little bit to charity and put some in our own coffers, and then we can all go down to the pub and have a beer.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I don't know whether you know, but allotments are very medieval in concept.
Yeah.
And they're like little medieval villages. And there's so many points of similarity. A perfect plot should be 90 foot by 30. Which is 1/16.
Mine's a bit short. Mine's
only they varied to accommodate. They
have
varied to accommodate the shape of the site, but that's the ideal site. That's how they were meant to be, and that's 1/16 of a strip field. Which the reason they were that size is because you could get an oxen and a plough up one side and down the other.
All right.
And that's where the concept of the size of the allotment comes from, and each one should be 5.5 square poles, rods, or perches. I love these arcane measurements, and they're very, even now, a committee meeting, it's more like a moot meeting from the 1400s, 1200s than a committee, and you have the same problems.
Yeah.
you know, somebody's very upset because somebody's moved a marker stone and pinched 3 foot of their ground.
Oh, yeah, you've been on your travels this morning. What have you been up to this morning?
Oh, I had to visit another site in Birmingham. We'd got a few problems.
Was that the one we saw before with the only one, the little...
No,
Another one?
that's another one, yeah.
Right.
They'd got a different set of problems. A couple of 80-year-old men fighting like scrapyard dogs. And it was all over. It was all over. The one reckoned the other one had nicked his watering can 30 years ago. And he denied it stoutly, of course. And then the other chap reckons the other day he found it behind his greenhouse. So he kicked off again.
Planted it.
Yeah. So fair play to them. They're meant to sort it out.
So you've restored harmony on that side, have you?
Yeah, I decked both of them. Yeah. But you get all these same things at a committee meeting that you'd have at a moot meeting in the 1200s, you know.
Yeah.
Bit of somebody stole a bit of ground or pinched something or whatever. And you have the same communal things. Yearly there are things which the whole community gets involved in, just like an Anglo-Saxon village. Sunday, when I've got all the lads helping me to clear this last bit of rubbish up, it's how villages used to come together.
Yeah, it's a community spirit again, and the allotment brings that together.
Oh Lord, if it doesn't, there's something wrong, you know.
Yeah.
That's what they're all about.
So if you get a chance, Dave, pop down the bottom, have a look at what you've been doing on your plot a bit later on, if you could.
Yeah, absolutely,
Okay.
yeah. Yes,
Thanks.
indeed. Yeah.
Right, so we're on your plot now, Dave. What's going on here? What we got going?
Well, I managed to get 4 lots of potatoes in.
4?
The first 2 rows are pink fir apple.
Right.
A strange knobbly potato.
Right.
But their flavour is unique. You can use them as a salad potato, you can mash them, fry them, do what you like with them. They're jolly. So I've got 2 rows of them.
And what we got on
That's Pentland Javelin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Another
and
one.
that is a mine crop called Valor. Or was it Victor? Victor or Valor. They're an old potato, but they're flowery and they grow well in this soil.
Right.
So I've got 20, 40, 80 potato plants, which is more than enough for me.
Goose gogs here.
Goosey gogs, yeah. I moved these from the other site, and I was half afraid that I might lose this one. But
Just
this one's come on very strong.
Yeah, it's coming into butter.
That one can come out the tub now and go into the final row. But they're not the red ones. They're the yellow ones.
Nice.
Sorry, they're not the yellow ones. They're the red ones.
Yeah.
They're called dessert.
The nice sweet flavour, yeah.
And they usually
got
do very
rhubarb
well.
crown coming up there.
Yeah, I thought I'd lost that. Nothing showing whatsoever. Everybody else's is like 2 foot high, and mine wasn't even showing.
They save the best till last.
Yeah, it's just kicking off now. So hopefully that'll come good.
And what about there?
That's garlic and Japanese onions.
Right.
Bit of a catch cop. If they come, they come. If they don't, well, you've lost nothing. Now,
I recognise them. They were parsnips, is it?
Yeah, that's the parsnips. I do them in the traditional fashion. Give a hole.
Yeah.
Fill it with compost. Put 3 seeds in. Mark it with the radish. And cover them up and water them.
Do you know what the variety they are?
Damn different. No, they're a heritage.
Oh.
They were very, very popular in the mid-Victorian times, and they're called student.
Okay, right.
They don't grow very big, only about that big, but that's just right for eating.
Yeah.
I've grown them before, and they're rather good. Next to there will be Swedes, and the one I can never remember the name of.
Kohlrabi, is it? Or?
No, it's similar to kohlrabi. You can grate them up and bung them in a stew. But I like in soup. But I like them in a stew personally.
Okay.
So I shall have a row of each of those. Onions, as seen. 2 rows of shallots.
Yeah.
And 2 rows of ordinary
onion sets.
Yeah. They're doing okay.
I see you've had the plough out. What's going in there?
Yeah. Now that I've prepared the ground there because the thing I enjoy growing more than anything else is leeks.
Oh.
And I must have about 5,000 coming on in the greenhouse.
Can we go and have a look in the greenhouse?
Yeah, surely. So that will be more or less all leeks.
Right.
I shan't eat that many. You give some more of them away. But I love growing leeks. Yeah. It's dipping them in and dropping them in and watering them, and I think they're beautiful.
And what you got set for the last bit of land up to the?
Well, that will be. I've got a run of peas across the back.
Yeah.
Those tall ones.
Oh, well, the alderman.
Alderman. Yeah. Cabbages, and Sweet corn.
Do you do cauliflowers or anything like that?
I've never got a
sprouts?
successful cauliflower in my life. And sprouts, I always pinch those off my neighbour's plot.
You ought to give that variety clapped, and that's a nice cauliflower. And
Is it really?
If you got club root, that's resistant to it as well.
Oh, right.
So,
I used to know a chap with a club foot. Used to buy shoes from Marshall's. Club foot. Do you see what I did with that? Yeah, sweet corn, cabbages, peas, runner beans.
yeah.
I mean, as you know, as you garden more and more, you only grow the things you enjoy eating.
Yeah.
And one of the things I love to be able to do is come down in the middle of winter, when there's perhaps frost and snow on the ground.
Yeah.
And you see all the footprints of the creatures running around.
Yeah.
But you can come down in the middle of winter. I know a lot of people like to clear the plot, dig it over and have it looking pristine, which is fine. I like to have things growing through the winter.
Yeah.
And I can come down, I can pick parsnips, swedes, turnips, carrots, leeks, go home. 20 minutes later, it's in the pot and I'm cooking a stew.
Yeah.
And you can't get fresher than that.
No.
And the smell driving home, the smell of the parsnips and the carrots and that, it would make Gandhi feel hungry. Yeah.
Right, let's go and have a look what's in the greenhouse.
Righto.
Right, join Dave in the greenhouse. Just doing everything in a little drink, are you there?
Yeah, oh Lord, yeah, they got to be kept moist. Not wet, but moist.
So,
And we've got some, I've actually filled this and emptied it once. This is the second lot.
Wait, what have you got going in here then, Dave?
Well, those, what I've done there, I've put 6 different types of lettuce
Okay, right.
in each compartment. So if people want to get a selection of lettuce, the traditional butterball, which is the one I like, the floppy lettuce, and there's no icebergs. I think they're ghastly things. But there's cut and come again and all sorts there. And there's
so all this lettuce ain't for you, is it?
Mine's the traditional butterhead in that one.
So
there.
who has all this?
People who like foreign grub, I suppose. No, I just like the traditional butterhead. But there's 6 in each one, so they've got a selection. What amazes me with nature, see how that little tiny lettuce
It's pushed
that soil up.
Yeah, it is.
Isn't that astonishing? Look at that. Tiny little seed,
Yeah.
you can't even see it, and they've managed to push that soil up.
What else? What will go in the pots then?
What we got? Yellow Delight, them are hanging tomatoes. That's an ordinary tomato, that's ordinary. That's another hanging red tomato. Telegraph cucumbers, that's a marrow. Those are, damned if I know. Yellow corgi, what the devil are them?
I don't know, something the Queen would eat, I think.
Yeah, it's Anyway, that's what they're in there, and that's more pumpkin.
Right.
I've got a devil of them. Yellow, be here actually somewhere. Have a look. That's the pumpkin. Oh, it's courgettes.
Courgettes.
Yeah, yellow courgettes. That's what it is. Yeah. Again, it's some foreign muck. I don't eat it myself, but people seem very keen on it. But you have to stir fry it apparently.
Courgettes, nice, nice, yes.
I've tasted one once. There's no flavour whatsoever, but apparently if you stir fry it with a few other odds and ends, it takes on the flavours.
What we got here? Oh, I can see there some.
Now those are my leeks.
Yeah.
Leeks and broad beans and parsnips they're one of the few plants which is actually indigenous to this country. In fact, broad beans were used by Stone Age man. They used to grind them up and make flour out of them.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so the broad beans go back a long way, and so do leeks and parsnips. They are indigenous to this country, apparently.
You got some onions?
Yeah, these are ordinary,
sets.
just ordinary onion sets. They'll just go an individual onion. There's some shallots there just starting to come through, which of course are pickling.
Right.
Or you can drop them in a stew whole, which is how I like
What's the sort of these here?
these, well, that one's marked dog.
Dog?
Yeah, so that must be greyhound cabbage.
Dog.
Can't spell greyhound. And there's various types of cabbage there. And there's some more at the back. So yeah, it's all coming to life.
That's fantastic.
Well,
Dave.
we've actually filled this and emptied it once, and of course in the other greenhouse we've got the sweet corn and the peas and various things coming on. Yeah.
It's amazing. Just amazing.
Well, things are really beginning to move up a gear there, as you can see. Next time I plan on visiting Dave will be for the Gala Fete in the summer, and hopefully I'll be able to have a little nosy around some of the plots and catch up with some of the plot holders and have a few words with them, see how they're growing, and any tips we can pick up as well. Still got lots of work to do on the allotment, and I think there'll be another video up soon. I've got that much footage I've done, so till then, catch you later. Bye for now.